We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want this time.
Okay, so it is Wednesday evening. Just finished last and press, ascending fives, starting at 77, jumping 5 kilos each set up to 92. Actually felt pretty comfortable. I haven't watched my set back, so I only ever filmed my top set on these, and I've not actually watched it back yet, but it felt decent. I wasn't worrying as much about 2 count pauses. I just wanted to make sure that every rep was paused. It felt paused. Whether when I watch it back I'm going to agree with that, I don't know. Last night, so in the last video, which was yesterday, I messed up on my top set of squats. Had a lot of stuff going on anyway, like it wasn't ever going to be a great session. But the way I was holding the bar has really upset my left wrist. So last and press wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world. Just my left wrist wrap up like super tight just to make it like not feel like it's getting any worse. And it doesn't. It's just been uncomfortable like all day. Like I can't really do anything without feeling it. Also got a banging headache. So it's currently 5 to 5. So I've now got deadlifts to do in a sec, which I'm actually feeling pretty good for, to be fair. I've literally just got a headache now, and obviously that's not ideal, but it's fine. I've taken some paracetamol before I started training, so hopefully that'll kick in soon. I don't think there's any major updates. Body weight this morning did start to come back down again after a bit of a shoot up from our ridiculously large takeaway on Sunday night. So I was 87.3 today, which is basically back to normal. Hoping to still go back to the 86s soon. Like I've literally done 86.9 on the scales once, and that was Sunday morning. But I'm hoping within a few days, because my calories are also lower this week, I will see an 86 again, or at least like low 87s. But there's no rush. I did say I wanted to be in the 85s by the end of, by the end of this month. But I'm not that stressed if I don't, purely because, especially this week, like Friday, I'm gonna let myself go a little bit over on my carbs, just because I feel like I'm gonna want that extra fuel, and like mentally just knowing that I've had that extra fuel, because normally Friday is a low carb day for me, but Saturday's session is heavy. I am going to powering through on Saturday, even if I don't feel that strong, even if squats aren't gonna go as well as I want them to. Like obviously I'm gonna tell myself they will, and try and like get that ridiculous confidence back, to just load up and go. But I'm also aware that it might not go to plan, just with how this block's been. Like, and I also have to remember, this has been a 5-week block. I don't usually do 5-week blocks. I don't like 5-week blocks. 4 weeks works best for me. Obviously I can make a 5-week block work. I can make any length block work, but I think just with also everything that's kind of been going on outside of training and like more in like my personal life and stuff, everything's like, it just feels like everything's been a bit dragged. I'm kind of ready to scrap this block and move on to the next one. Obviously I'm not gonna actually scrap it, I'm gonna see it through. But I thought I'd go to powering through anyway, because if nothing else, it would just be a nice day out. And I'll probably actually move my priming bench to Friday, so that I can do my primary bench at powering through on Saturday, just that I'm not driving there literally just for heavy squats and then some doubles at night and then driving all the way home. And then also it means on Sunday I can just do my accessory day kind of when I fancy it, and not have to obviously fit benching as well. But we'll see. I'll see how I feel as the week goes on. Don't think there's any updates other than those though. I just need to get bench just to get deadlifts done. But again, I'm feeling pretty good for them, I think. Steps yesterday, I literally managed like 6,500, so that's not good. First day of February that I've been nowhere near 12,000. I've had a couple of days where I was like 50 steps under. But I am telling myself that I'm going to obviously make up for that and make sure that my average for the week is above 12,000 each day. So I'm not on that high now. I think I'm on like 5,000 now. But I've got another dog walk to do, and I might just go for a walk just to get some more fresh air and stuff this evening anyway. So I'll probably get myself to at least 12 today. Tomorrow and Friday, rest days. So I'm going to try and get myself just out for longer walks as well. But we'll just see. I think that's everything though. I'm not really being overly interesting right now. Kind of just want to be in my own little bubble. I actually forgot to bring my camera out to start with. I had to run upstairs and get it before my heaviest set of bench. So I was like, well, if I film this all on my phone, because I'm about a week and a half behind on uploading videos, which I'm not mad about actually, because it just puts less pressure on getting stuff uploaded straight away. But obviously that means that I'll then lose the footage from my phone and just forget where I'm at. So got to sort that out. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to put some girly pop on, and I'm going to deadlift.
Take it to the heart, 'cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright, so let's move on. It's alright.
Okay, so I've literally just put the bar down, finished my last set of deadlifts. I needed that. 170 for 4, like I had no doubt, even yesterday when I was having like a worse day, like I knew I could do 170 for 4 no matter what, and I just went in confident, like it was fine. It wasn't the easiest set ever, but it wasn't going to be. And one thing I'm not really used to with deadlifts is pushing through when reps feel heavy. Like with squats, I'm really good at being like, yeah, it feels heavy, but I can still do it. Whereas with deadlifts, I'm like, oh, this feels heavy, I might not have another one. But tonight I didn't have that at all, and I just went for it, and I was very happy. And then back off 5s at 152. Like I remember last block being nervous. My back offs were meant to be like 147, but I loaded 150 anyway. But I remember last block being nervous to do 5s at 150, and I've just done multiple 5s at 152. No dramas, absolutely fine. Like they weren't super comfortable, but for a last week of the block, they were fine. So I'm really happy. I needed that confidence boost. And it's just made me, like, it's helping to reaffirm that Saturday's session is not going to correlate, like it's got no correlation to yesterday's session. Like yesterday's session was one bad day. Need to have that short-term memory and forget about it basically, and just go into Saturday confident, which I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I'm eating really good food the next few days. I'm making sure my body is nourished and recovered as much as possible. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm very happy with how that went. Nothing to really say, I don't think. All I've got planned for the rest of the night is to make some dinner in a second. And then walk Zuko. I think we're going to watch some of Cobra Kai, potentially finish Cobra Kai. We started it the other night. Well, we started the last bit of the last series the other night. Probably going to get some of that done tonight. And just, I think I'm going to go for a walk before bed just to like really calm my mind. I've also still got quite a bad headache, so that's annoying. But also I did that all with a headache, so that's pretty impressive. Body also feels like very healthy. Like I've got a weird feeling in like, I've said this in multiple videos, like my lower left part of my glute, and it's kind of going into my glute and my hip a little bit on my left side. Like I'm not worried about it. It never feels particularly worse when I'm deadlifting after deadlifts or anything. Like I'll just kind of notice it. And when I'm walking, sometimes I notice I get a little bit of pain, but it's not getting any worse. I don't know what it is. It could even, I honestly think a lot of the niggles and stuff I've got are just from being in the cold when I train, and obviously walking in the cold and stuff as well. And to be honest, our house doesn't get that warm either. So I think a lot of it is literally just being in the cold. But I'm probably gonna get some cheap elbow sleeves to wear at least when I squat, and maybe for some of my bench. But obviously I'll make sure they're loose enough they don't give me anything on bench, just to help keep my joints warm. But I've been meaning to do that for weeks now, and I still haven't, so we'll just see. But yeah, nothing else to really say. I'm gonna stop chatting, I'm just gonna get in and get my evening sorted. Yeah, nothing else to really say, I don't think. Hopefully get a new low weigh-in soon, but also I don't care about a new low weigh-in on the week of my heavy sessions, because I'd rather get my heavy sessions good, you know? I'm just talking for the sake of talking. I'll catch up with you guys in a day or two. Okay, so it's Friday. Haven't really picked up my camera. Gonna be honest, I've just not felt great. Just kind of worn down and stuff, but I feel like I'm coming out the other side of it, which is great, just in time for my end of block squats and bench tomorrow. My priming bench day would usually be after squats tomorrow, but because I'm going to powering through tomorrow, I was like, I'd rather do heavy bench there as well. So I'll do my priming bench tonight, just because it's 3x2 at 90, it doesn't take much. I'll literally be done in like less than 10 minutes once I start. And then tomorrow I can go to powering through, go all that way, and I can squat and bench heavy there tomorrow. And also then if squats don't go well, I haven't wasted my journey, because I can redeem myself on bench is what I'm thinking. So yeah, now I'm gonna just get my priming bench done, and then I'll probably chat to you guys a bit after.
It's alright, so let's move on. We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't.
Okay, so bench done, no issues, easy peasy, not a problem. Happy with how it moved, everything felt decent. So kind of looking forward to tomorrow's session. I think massive wobble earlier in the week when Tuesday's session didn't go to plan, but there were plenty of reasons for that. And I'm now just feeling a lot more confident that tomorrow will be fine. Body weight updates. So yesterday morning Thursday morning I was 87.0, and I think this morning I was 87.1. Yeah. So kind of very low 87s again. Expecting to see an 86 soon. But I did have extra carbs today, so I stuck to my rest day protein and fats, which is 170 and 95, I think. Or I think I only had 90 fats today. But I've upped my carb by 50 grams just to give me the best chance of like a good session tomorrow. So I think the 200 carbs, where normally on a rest day I'd have 150. I don't think it'll make much difference, but I think just having that little bit of extra carbs will be good. But obviously I'm not expecting to see much of a drop on the scales, if any, tomorrow. But I think it's just a matter of time before I'm comfortably in the 86s consistently, providing I don't have another takeaway anytime soon. Although at the end of block, it's nice to have a takeaway, so we'll just see. But I don't feel like I've got any cravings or anything like that at the moment. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm enjoying my food again. My phone keeps going off. I'm making an effort to just meal prep in advance and stuff as well. I am going to head in. I am going to walk Zuko, make some dinner, and just have a chilled night. Yeah, like I said earlier in the video, like, I've not been feeling amazing the last few days. And I've basically just tried to like really chill and just let myself recover. And I definitely feel like tonight I'm feeling a bit better. I've had like a headache non-stop for days as well, which is really annoying. But it's not been as intense today, although I can definitely notice it a bit now. But I'm going to be fine tomorrow. I'm manifesting that tomorrow I'll be fine. I will be fine. Anyway, I'm going to go in, walk Zuko, and just have a chilled evening on the sofa with him, probably. Yeah.
I'll be there at the after party.
Okay, so I have just finished my end of block session. Before I show you guys, I feel like some context is needed here. So this block, it's no secret, has not been great. I was more nervous for today's squats than I've been for any lift in a long, long time. Midweek session went pretty terribly. My wrist has been in agony all week, and it's just not been the greatest of blocks. Obviously I prioritised rest the last few days to try and give myself the best chance possible. But with that, I've not felt great the last few days, like at all. I was stressed on the way here. I was trying my best to not stress myself, because I knew that the more I stressed, obviously the more it would impact my session. But even just leaving this morning, I got stuck in traffic. It took me 40 minutes to do the first 10 miles of my journey. Bearing in mind, the drive normally takes me an hour and 40. So I end up being late. I always leave with plenty of time spare anyway, just in case there's ever an accident or anything on the way. Or there's like roadworks, anything like that. So I am very impressed. Also, my phone hasn't worked the whole time I've been in there. So yeah, basically, drive took ages. I ended up being about 20 minutes late, which is fine. Like, everyone gets here around 11 to train together, but I don't really warm up I don't really warm up, where everyone else spends quite a while warming up and stuff. So I knew even if I was like 10, 15, 20 minutes late, like, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And it wasn't. Like, no one had started when I got here. So try my best not to stress. I had so many carbs for breakfast. It was great. I don't know if you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll have seen it in my videos before, but I had like homemade granola, which is literally made from like banana and oats, with loads of berries, yogurt, delicious breakfast, some honey in there. And then I had a couple of apples when I was about half an hour away, and I'll just show you guys what happened in this session.
Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Damn, I'm a long way home at a split road. Gotta make a choice, do I sober up? Am I trying to keep it going to be continued, or am I trying to lose? Gonna keep moving now. I don't think I wanna leave at a tough week. Gotta realize this is what I need. Don't got the time to be counting sheep. It's too late, I'm in too deep. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me where. Just tell me where. Ay, oh no, 머뭇거릴 시간 없어. 필수적인 this is my only answer. Yeah, my body keeps telling me go. Wanna be stacking towers from downtown. I'll be on a roll. 머릿속엔 it's a rush hour. This, that, overtime, champagne shower. Step back, skip lines, yeah, I'm never going cold. 어디 가야 해, 알려줘. Don't wanna contemplate, overcomplicate this. And I made my choice, wanna see what's going on. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the after party. Show up looking like a zombie. It don't matter, nobody stop me. I'll be there, just tell me when.
How the hell I pulled those squats out of the bag like that? Watching it back as well, like I did the first rep and I thought, I don't even know if I've got a second rep here. But obviously I just kept going, and I did say to the guys spotting me before I loaded it, I was like, look, I'm gonna need spotters that are willing to help if I need it. And they were like, just shut up, like be positive. And I was like, no, genuinely, like I don't know how this is gonna go. It's been a really bad block for squats. Ideally I want to load 187 today, but after the way 180 felt last week and my 175 set earlier this week that I only managed to get 4 reps on when I was meant to get 6, I was like, look, I'm just gonna see what's there. Maximum 4, minimum 1, and we'll just take it a rep at a time. And I did say to them as well, like, I've been really anxious in terms, like, not even anxious, not the right word. I've been very nervous during the descent of my squats recently, so I haven't been descending with as much confidence, which I've mentioned in videos before. Like, if I don't descend somewhat quickly, then my squat pattern isn't as good and I find it a lot harder. So I said to them, I was like, look, I am going to go into this confident, so just be ready for whatever could happen. And it went so well. Like, if I didn't train here today, I would never have got that, I don't think. Like, genuinely, that there is no other place that I would have got that squat today. Like, I had full faith in my spotters, and it allowed me to just fully trust myself as well. And 185 for 4 after the worst block I ever had in so long. The fact that I managed to pull that off has really filled me with confidence now as well, because I've got 3 more blocks until comp, which these 3 blocks now, so normally it's every 3rd block roughly that I kind of push a bit harder. So that's obviously lining up with comp. I've got a triples block, a doubles block, and a singles block, and that singles block is comp block. And I know that I'm not going to go absolute max effort on my triples or my doubles. Like, it's going to be saved for comp. So I can now, like, this was the final really difficult part, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And it's 4-week blocks as well. And with the 4-week blocks, I take bigger jumps each week, which means I get much easier, like more mentally, less mentally draining training, because I take such big jumps from week to week on squats. And I'm also going to take slightly bigger jumps on bench as well. So very happy. I also only did 2 sets of back offs on squats just because my legs were like jelly after that top set. How the hell my first set of back offs moved that well, I don't know. My second set I didn't film, but it was significantly slower than the first set. I was still fine, like I know I had it. But at that point I was like, just conserve some energy here. Like, you don't need to push your back offs today. That top set was the hardest you've grinded on lift in a long time. So I did 2 sets at 155, but they were absolutely fine. And then I went on to bench. My body felt pretty stiff by this point, and like my lower back and stuff felt a bit stiff. Not injured or not hurt, but just a bit stiff. And I did struggle with setting up on bench a little bit. Like, my positioning held, but it was just getting my feet in the right place. But it's because the carpet has no slip in it, which is a great thing. It means I can really optimize leg drive, but it's hard for me to set my feet in the right place, especially because I haven't trained here in so long. But this is where I'm competing as well. I don't know if I've said this in a video before, like, this is the gym I'm competing at in May. So I am like 12 weeks out. I'm going to be competing here. I might be 13 weeks out. I'm not sure. 12, I think. I'm going to be competing here. Like, I'm going to be used to the platform by that point. I'm going to probably do my end of block sessions for the next 2 blocks here anyway, just for that extra boost and just to be in that environment. But bench moved fine. Happy with 110. I probably could have done a bit more, but I didn't want to. I didn't need to. We're being conservative with bench. I really want to get a lot more volume in with bench. Like, at the moment, obviously squat is, well, for a while now, squat's kind of been getting the most attention. And that isn't on purpose. Like, it's just because it's been having the most momentum anyway. Bench feels like it's taken a bit of a back burner, and really my bench hasn't progressed much in a long time. Like, even though my comp max has gone up, my actual bench in training hasn't. So I really now want to dive into like bench in terms of technique this block, which was a big goal. I rearranged my bench days this block to allow myself to feel a bit more fluid with bench. So having that primer day the day before my top like heavy bench and stuff has definitely helped. But now what I want to really do is find a way to add in some more volume without obviously upsetting my elbows, without upsetting my shoulders, and find a way to add in more volume and just build that base strength up. I might, for the next couple of blocks, or the next few blocks into comp, just do that through changing my accessories up. But I will kind of talk through that in the next video, probably, when I talk about the changes and stuff. Also, I'm like I was really annoyed. So I was 87.0 this morning on the scales, which I did have extra carbs yesterday. I actually had extra carbs. I was only going to go 50 grams over, but it got to like 9 p.m. and I was so hungry and I was like, I need something. So I just had some more carbs. I had a yogurt with some chocolate chips in. just got a little bit of extra carbs in, a little bit of fat obviously as well. And I'm glad I did that because I was 87.0 this morning even with that. So I am definitely bound to see an 86 soon. But what I was actually going to say was I was getting annoyed that I haven't really lost tons of weight, or much weight this month, which was kind of a big goal for me this month. But then I was like, I'm 1.6 or 1.7 kilos lighter than I was at my end of last block. So that's 5 weeks, 1.6 kilos down. Like, I think it was 1.6, 1.7, I don't remember. But like over 1.5 kilos down in 5 weeks, which I'm doing this slowly on purpose so that I don't lose strength. Strength is clearly still there. It's not been a great block because of other factors, not my weight loss. So very happy with that. And hopefully by the end of next block, I'll be in the mid to low 85s. And then the block after, which will be the block before comp, I can see an 84. And then obviously the block of comp, I can kind of somewhat maintain, maybe get a little bit lower. But weight loss is slow and steady, but that's exactly what the goal was. So basically, I don't know how I had that session go so well. Everything I wanted to hit, I hit. And I am over the moon. I really had low expectations for those squats. And that is the least confident I've ever felt getting under barbell as well. Like the key to heavy squats is confidence. And I did not have any going into that set. So to know I can do that even under like bad conditions, I say bad conditions, obviously they're not terrible conditions, but under like worse conditions in terms of like my attitude and just other things going on in my life, I am very, very happy. Also now I feel like things are kind of on the up in terms of personal life as well. So hopefully this means now leading into comp, all things can just be good, relaxed, training focused. I'm going to try and train at a more regular time every day as well. Maybe not so much on a Saturday because it's very dependent on what we're doing at the weekend, but I'm going to try on my weekdays to always train probably at 4 p.m. I did originally say 3, but I think some days I might then be rushing to train. So I think 4 p.m. training, see how I go with that, like every weekday. Saturday's probably similar time, depending on obviously if I'm going somewhere. Like in a couple of weeks, it's one of my friend's birthdays, so we're going to go train at a gym in Ipswich. Not Ipswich, Essex. It is in Essex. It's actually the gym I refed out a couple of weeks ago. I've not trained there before. So like for that, I'm not going to worry too much about what time I train. That's not really relevant to this. I'm going to pop home. I say pop home. I'm going to drive home. It's like a 2-hour drive. I'm probably going to stop for some food on the way because I am absolutely ravenous. It is 2 o'clock. I had my breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm hungry. And I'm also definitely going to need to stop for a wee on the way home because I've just finished my kind of monster. So I will be probably stopping for food, but I'm not sure yet. So yeah, nothing else to really say. I just can't believe. It just goes to show, like, I am so confident in my strength progression and, like, I have so much more to give. The fact that I could do those back offs after that top set of squats is like wild. Like I felt like jelly and I still did 6s at 155, no spotters or anything. So we're in a good spot. We're in a very good spot. And the next few blocks, I'm going to build something incredible.
Just tell me